In 1818, an Italian explorer blasted his way into the Great Pyramid, expecting to find the mummified body of a pharaoh surrounded by gold. What he found instead was nothing. Not a single bone, not a hieroglyph, not even a trace of burial. And that's when the lie began to unravel. This is Beyond the Scrolls, where we uncover the truths hidden beneath the dust of ancient history. For over 200 years, we've been told the same story. The Great Pyramid of Giza, one of the most magnificent structures ever built, was constructed as a tomb for Khufu, a 4th dynasty pharaoh who ruled around 2600 BC. But here's the problem. No body has ever been found inside. No treasure, no funeral inscriptions, no hieroglyphics identifying it as Khufu's resting place. In fact, the only reason Egyptologists link the pyramid to Khufu at all is because of some crude graffiti found in a sealed chamber, graffiti that many researchers believe was forged in the 19th century. So ask yourself this. Would you spend 20 years of a nation's resources moving over 2 million stone blocks, some weighing 70 tons, to build the most precise monument on Earth just to leave it empty? Or was the Great Pyramid built for something else entirely, something mainstream archaeology doesn't want you to know? Let's start with what we know for certain. When Giovanni Battista Caviglia and later Howard Weiss entered the so-called King's Chamber, they found a massive granite box. Not a sarcophagus, because it was never sealed. No lid, no decoration, no cartouche. But here's where it gets strange. This box was carved from a single piece of red granite with tolerances so precise they rival modern machining. The corners are perfectly square within thousandths of an inch. You can't do that with copper chisels and stone hammers. But that's not even the strangest part. In every other Egyptian tomb ever discovered, from the Valley of the Kings to the Step Pyramid, walls are covered in hieroglyphs, prayers for the dead, instructions for the afterlife, the Book of the Dead. The Egyptians were obsessed with making sure their pharaohs reached the afterlife safely. So why is the interior of the Great Pyramid completely blank? No inscriptions, no gods, no guidance. It's as if whoever built it didn't need the afterlife, or didn't believe in it the way the Egyptians did. And that's because the people who built the Great Pyramid may not have been the ancient Egyptians at all.
Let's talk about what the Great Pyramid actually is. It's not just big. It's not just old. It's a mathematical and astronomical masterpiece. The dimensions of the pyramid encode the size of the Earth. The ratio of its height to its perimeter matches the ratio of the Earth's radius to its circumference, accurate to within a fraction of a percent. How did Bronze Age builders encode the size of a planet they supposedly thought was flat? The pyramid is aligned to true north with an accuracy of 3/60ths of a single degree, better than the Royal Observatory in Greenwich. Its shafts point directly at Orion and Sirius, stars the Egyptians associated with Osiris and Isis. But here's what they don't tell you in school. The so-called King's Chamber sits at a specific frequency when struck. It resonates at 438 Hz, a harmonic frequency. Some researchers believe the chamber was designed to amplify sound or energy. The ancient Greek historian Herodotus wrote that the pyramid was built over an underground water source, and modern seismic scans confirm massive cavities filled with water beneath the Giza Plateau. Water, resonance, precision engineering. What if the Great Pyramid wasn't a tomb, but a machine, a power plant, a harmonic resonator, a technology we've forgotten? Now, you won't hear this in mainstream documentaries, but the ancient texts themselves never call the pyramids tombs.
The Arab historian al-Makrizi, writing in the 15th century, recorded traditions that said the pyramids were built before the flood, long before the dynastic Egyptians. He claimed they were built to preserve knowledge. The Coptic texts call them the treasuries of wisdom, not gold, wisdom. What if the pyramid was a library, a time capsule, a message encoded in stone for a future civilization? The pyramid texts, the oldest religious writings in Egypt, describe the pharaoh ascending to the stars, becoming one with Orion. They don't describe burial, they describe transformation. And here's the kicker. The word pyramid doesn't come from Egyptian. It comes from the Greek pyramis, meaning fire in the middle. Fire or energy? So why does mainstream archaeology cling so tightly to the tomb theory? Because if the Great Pyramid wasn't a tomb, then everything we've been taught about ancient Egypt, the timeline, the technology, the purpose, starts to collapse. If it was built with knowledge we don't possess, if it was constructed thousands of years earlier than we believe, if it was designed by a civilization more advanced than we're willing to admit, then we have to rewrite history. And there are people who don't want that conversation to happen. In 2017, scientists using muon tomography discovered a massive hidden void above the Grand Gallery. It's as large as a passenger jet. No one knows what's inside, and Egyptian authorities have refused to allow further exploration. Why? What are they protecting? The Great Pyramid has stood for over 4,500 years. It has survived earthquakes, wars, and empires, and after all this time, it still holds its secrets. Maybe it was never meant to be a tomb. Maybe it was meant to be a question carved in stone, waiting for the right generation to finally answer it. So here's what I want to know. If the Great Pyramid wasn't built to bury a king, what was it built to wake up? Drop your theory in the comments, and if this opened your eyes to something you've never considered before, subscribe to Beyond the Scrolls, because the truth is still buried, and we're just getting started.